Let's talk about nuclear weapons, shall we? Because that is the most chilling in terms of its impact on the rest of the world. Don't send nuclear weapons to us, or we'll send them to you.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty chilling. And if I can just start off by saying I wouldn't dismiss what Putin has just said as familiar fare. There's been a big battle going on in Moscow for the last few weeks about escalating the conflict, and they have now decided quite decisively to escalate. We're in new territory now where the Russian people increasingly will see that they're at war. On the nuclear dimension, Putin alleges, and I don't know what the basis of this allegation is, that NATO has talked about using nuclear weapons. I suspect that's not true. But anyway, he plainly believes it. And that permits him to repeat his threat to use nuclear weapons. Now, again, I think it is very, very unlikely that he will do that, except in absolute extremis. So while all of this is pretty blood-curdling, the main substance of what Putin has done is announced his mobilization, strengthening the Russian war effort, and his determination to win the war.
The decision to conscript more Russian men into the army, as conscripting all Russian citizens in the military reserve. How do you sell that to the Russian people? Does that look like we don't have enough people fighting for us, so we need more, or can he sell it as we're having so much success that we need more troops? I mean, it's difficult to argue the latter, isn't it?
No, I think. I mean, the recognition that Russia is doing badly in this war is now quite widely spread, at least among the Russian elite. The Russian people get very restricted access to the truth. But that fact, plus, I mean, Putin's justification for his mobilization is that he's defending Russian-speaking citizens in Donetsk and Luhansk and in the east of Ukraine from what he calls Nazi occupation by the Ukrainian government. Now, that goes back to a lot of Russian memories of the Second World War and all that, and it's on that sort of ideological basis that he will justify his mobilization. He's been avoiding any such mobilization ever since the war began. He must be worried about the likely public reaction to it, and a key thing to watch over the next few days will be the extent of that reaction. As Roderick says, there's been growing opposition, not among the great mass of the Russian people, but the liberal, Western-oriented liberals have been hostile from the beginning. And I think the key problem, which has brought him to do what he's done yet today, is that the illiberal nationalist right have also become increasingly critical of the conduct of the war. And what this statement does centrally, I mean, apart from the mobilization and all of that, is it throws red meat to those people about his seriousness about winning the war.